Welcome back to the Western Wilds on Farming Simulator 22 for episode 3 with me, MrSealyp. We're back. I'm going to spend the rest of this evening logging. I'm going to do a few runs. We're at 37,000. I want to get that money up. I've got big plans moving forward, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might do a couple of little montages. I don't want to put music to it, but a couple of things I'm going to do. We'll do a couple of short clips of me doing this because it's log-in and not everyone wants to watch me just logging all the time. So there'll just be a few clips of me doing it. Just again, it's that weird thing in my head. I have to kind of prove I'm doing it. So I'm not just coming out here with a mulcher off camera, getting rid of all the trees, and just putting a load of money in. You know, I'm putting the hours in. I'm doing the time to do it. Not that anyone's accused me of doing that, but in my head, I just have to kind of, just to show it, just to make sure. What I thought we'd do was come down to the rail yard. I haven't got the double trailer this time, just the single and the because I wanted to, I'd say, test it out. I know that there's a trigger here, but I wasn't sure if it's going to work, so I have saved. I've previously saved this just in case it doesn't work, and we'll see if the rail yard works. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Just take the straps off. Like I say, it's here as a trigger, although it's not showing on the map it's here as a trigger, but it should work. Okay, that worked. That's all I wanted to check. I will now see you probably in the morning. I'm going to go back to the tent, sit by the, campfire. I haven't got a campfire, but we have got a lantern. And then we'll hit the hay, so to speak, and I will see you in the morning. It's a wild and windy morning here in the Western Wilds. Not the best of weather to be coming out your tent. Now, today, as you can see, money, yeah, we're doing all right. I've got a couple of jobs I need to do. We're going to head up and we're going to invest in the sawmill to the north. We may build a cabin. Just trying to decide where to put it. Whether just to put it right on the kind of edge here where the tent is, just have a cabin instead. We'll take the tent down, and as you can see though, probably better if I jump on the pickup, would that be easier? We can zoom out a bit. You can see the area that's not, the front here is all grass and then it goes patchy. The patchy area is where the trees all were. So you can see how much we've cleared. Now it seems like a huge amount, and when you're doing it, it seems like a huge amount. The skid steer loader has made life so much easier. Absolutely brilliant. Now, what to do next? Because I mean, the sawmill's a big step because we can then get some planks to be made, which would be absolutely fantastic. Our little mobile sawmill still working perfectly, no problem at all. We're into September. What I am going to do is we'll whiz up there now. I'm not taking any trailers, any logs, anything like that. We'll whiz up, we'll get that sorted out. I think what I'll have to do as well is buy some pallet forks, or do a little bit more logging and get a forklift truck maybe to have up here at the sawmill. As we start to do more and more of this production chains, as we improve our situation here, we've got to decide where, you know, what we're going to have, where we're going to have it, and we are going to need more lifting vehicles. Obviously there's still the pallet situation. Yeah, thank you for, I know sometimes when I respond to people, I don't want to come across as, like I've said before, I'm not a know-it-all, and sometimes people message me and genuinely they'll send me a message about something I didn't know anything about, and I will often message back and say I had no idea. Sometimes I'll just put a thumbs up. If I put a thumbs up, generally it just means I already knew that. Thank you for letting me know, but that, you know, I kind of already knew. The pallet situation, I'm fully aware of the pallet limit being 50 and 100 on PC, 50 on console, 100 on PC. It's supposed to be increased. Somebody messaged me to say 150 it's going up to. I don't know. Yeah, potentially whenever we get the next main game update. Should have my lights on. Hopefully this rain's going to stop in a little while. So there's a few things, yeah, that we need to have a think about now. I think it's in the store here. 20 grand. Yes, please. Okay. We're down to 88. There's 91,000 litres already in here. All the lumber I've been putting in. Result, and it's already running as well. So we've got wood chips and planks already being produced. That's the result. It's all that lumber I bought. I can't believe in all those loads it's only been 91,000 litres that I've bought over. The other thing was it? I think it was heavy metal gaming. I've had so many people messaging me with all various different bits of information and ideas. Rob messaged me. Rob is the Forestry Commission guy that I spoke about in the last episode, about going out and clearing some of the forest for them, getting rid of some of the dead standing and, you know, any diseased trees, those kind of things. Heavy Metal Gaming messaged me to say, was I aware, and again this was one of those situations I wasn't aware of, I honestly didn't know. I'd obviously missed it in the update information, that with update 1.3 Giants reduced the density, amount, capacity of trees by 35%. So previously, if a tree was, well, let's say a tree was 100 litres. 100 litres? Yeah. They took that down by 35. So, you know, yeah, again, why? Because we were getting too many wood chips or too many litres of lumber per tree. Again, who's it hurting if we are? But I understand it with the crops, but I suppose because they reduced the crop thing, that kind of went across the trees. But I don't know. Anyway, like I say, I'm no map maker, I'm no modder. I don't know whether or not that's something map makers or modders can adjust when they make their maps. I know on previous maps in FS19 there was always a situation where some maps paid much better for trees and lumber than others. I don't know. I assume it may be. I assume it may be. Yeah. One of those things. Now, a couple of options at this point. I mean, I've kind of done that as a kind of almost a blasé. We bought the sawmill. That was a big step. And again, I also have to stipulate or say I'm doing 1 day months. And I had a couple of people message me and comment regarding the fact that in a day I earn, you know, at that point I was up to, 40, 50 grand. I hit 70 and then bought the skid steer load and that kind of thing. And it was ridiculous. It was a bit, you know, not that I was cheating, but it was going too quickly. You have to remember, each day is representing a month. I know it's a day's work, and I've been playing for a day, in inverted commas, but that day represents a month's worth of work. If I was logging for the entire month, which I did, August, all of August, I logged, and that's what I earned. We're now into September, and I've got what, 88 grand left. So, you know, you have to look at it like that. Like I said before, it's like a microcosm. You're taking that month and bringing it right down to a day. So it's you know, anyway. I know I'm preaching to the converted. I'm teaching granite to suck eggs. All those lovely metaphors, but I have to explain sometimes. So I don't know whether to get pallet forks. I don't know whether or not. I was given the option of clearing. I suppose we could do that. We could try and clear some of the area. Let's have a look at the old map, because it means getting permission, and getting permission means leasing. We've got 88 grand. We'd have to do it in sections. Oh no, I can't, can I? Or can I? I don't know if I have to own both. So if we lease temporarily that plot of land, and then we spend a bit of time removing the stuff that's on it, but those posts there, if I do those, will that do that side? Or will it only do that side if I own that side? Again, I haven't really looked into it. Do I start on this side and clear the area and then do this side? I was hoping the rain was going to stop. You know what? If I do this, I've got to clear it. I've got to take everything off of it, because it won't let me then sell the land if I still own, the things that are on it. This is quite a gamble at this point, isn't it? I know this isn't what people wanted me and an R in. This wasn't what I was intending to do. I was going to do the sawmill, do some more lumber, but there's only so much of me cutting down trees and stuff for the time being. People can watch until they get some new equipment and machinery. I was going to get some grass cutting gear. I did think about buying the plot in front of here and mowing all of that, and then taking all of the grass to the biogas plant. Although that plot there, which has got that on, the biogas plant, is 20 grand. Yeah, and then producing silage or just selling it there so we can get some production and other things. Anyway, you know, I don't want to do too much too quickly. Oh, you know what? Let's try it. What's the worst that can happen? I've said that before. Now we're down to 3,000. That's kind of worrying. Right, on my way over, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Very important. Well, yeah, very important things. The first thing is I was contacted by 2 people in a relationship. I don't know if they know that the other person has messaged me or not. So the first thing I want to say is a massive happy birthday to Michael from Mr. Stinky P. For anyone watching, you're going to wonder, what am I talking about? Well, the other side of this situation is Zoe. Zoe, I'm very disappointed in you. No, I'm not. Michael messaged me to say that on one of my videos, his wife was watching with him, and when I did my introduction, she thought I said Mr. Stinky P rather than Mr. Sealy P. So now, whenever my videos come up and the intro goes on, I'm now referred to as Mr. Stinky P. So thank you for that, Zoe. That's very kind of you. Very much appreciated. And then about a day later, I was messaged by Zoe separately saying that today was Michael's birthday and would I mind giving him a shout out, and referring to myself as Mr. Stinky P, which I've just done. So thank you, Zoe. I've humiliated myself. And thank you, Michael, for messaging me, and thank you both for being subscribers, watching the channel and supporting what I do. It's very kind of you. Pinching off. So I guess the thing is, I'm not going to be... I don't know if I want to remove the power lines, because the power we're going to need... Or is that going to be one of those situations where when I try and sell the land, it won't let me? If we come to the posts here, I really was hoping the weather was going to improve. I think what I might do, I'm going to take shelter in here. So I leave the lights on. I'm going to take shelter in, well I say take shelter, find a bit where there's not water leaking through. And let's let the rain pass. Oh! Oh, look! Oh no. I mean, let's be honest, I didn't even notice that when I came and found the pickup the other day, I didn't even see it. Do I take it or not? I mean, it's there, isn't it? It's right there. Right, bear with me. I didn't have to wait too long, so that's good. Turn that off. That's a bit better, isn't it? So I guess we've got this situation now. Don't remove the power lines, we'll leave that. We can remove all the scrap. I don't want to remove the trees. The scrap we're going to be getting rid of. We're going to tidy all this up. We're going to throw all the bags in the back of the pickup. We're going to take them to the local dump, tip, however you refer to it, refuse centre. We need to pull down some of the buildings. What else have we got over here? That shed as well. Just generally clear up, I guess. That's what we need to be looking at. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how well this is going to go. But we can certainly give it a go, can't we? That's the next step. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to do. I think I was unsure, and I don't know how we're going to fare with whether it's going to do all of the scrap on both sides, or all I can do is try it, and we'll see what happens. So let's do the scrap, and then we'll try and do the buildings. So that's the one we want to do. We own the plot. Well, I say we own the plot. We lease the plot of land. Now this is for future. I want this to be a central hub. Let's grab that right in the back of the pickup. I want this to be a central hub. So when we do start getting more production chains and putting buildings in, and this is going to be a kind of production centre, is what I'm kind of aiming for. Let's put a strap on that to hold that in place. Right, so bags and scrap. I'm assuming everything all across there is all gone as well. It's looking a bit tidy already. I want to keep the trees. I want to keep it a kind of more, keep it as a natural look. So if we do put anything else in here, some of those production chains are much bigger, and I'm not going to get away with much larger stuff. Also, I'm trying to work out how far over do we go. I think this entrance way may be in the next one. I suppose what we need to do is, let's try that. Not going to come up. About these buildings here. Okay. So the deal with this was that in clearing this, I get any money I get for the scrap value, that kind of thing, I can have. No, hang on a minute. That's going to charge. Whoa, that's not right. That's charging me. That said minus 4,000. That's going to charge me. I'm not going to make anything out of this. That's going to charge me to pull the buildings down, isn't it? I'm going to be more in debt. Not. This becomes a public service, not a. This isn't helping me one bit. Will it allow? Will it put me right into debt? I mean, I'll just have to cut some more trees down. I mean, I suppose it's not the end of the world, is it? That I wasn't expecting. Jim, how evil. Well, let's see what happens. Yep. So we are clearing the area, but it's costing me money. What the? And I thought being $3 in debt was bad. How much of this can we actually clear? Oh, was this within our? Oh, that's interesting. We're still within the boundary of the property that we've got. I wonder if this is going to be part of the update. I thought these were going to be sellable. Have I come across the line? I might have come across the line, mightn't I? Best thing to do, if I actually go there in person. Yeah, we crossed the line. That's why they're just over the line. I'm not. I was looking at my icon on the map. Oh, okay. Well, this is great. So I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. Now, here's my next worry. What I'm going to do is we're going to pull the barn down. If I pull the barn down, is that nugget going to disappear, or will it still be there? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's see, shall we? I really. Oh no, it's still there. That's all right. So what I'm going to do now. How much is the nugget worth? Oh, okay, that was worth more than I thought it was going to be. We might have to donate some of that to charity. Mind you, that said, no, what we'll do is we can sort this plot of land out. So our lease bit of this is over. Hopefully it will let me sell this back. And then what we'll do, we'll buy the plot over there, we'll clear that as well. Then this is opened up, ready for whatever comes next. Yeah, that is over the line as well, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll go back onto the map. Now, while I'm doing this, the other thing I want to talk about is my brother. It did let me. Fantastic. My brother today is embarking on the Coast to Coast Walk, Coast to Coast Challenge in the UK. Now, the Coast to Coast Walk, if you want to look on a map, or depending on where you are in the world, typically you go from St Bees in the Lake District, right on the west coast, and then you walk coast to coast, and you finish normally Robin Hood's Bay. I know when Paul Hayes Outdoors did it, he finished in Grimsby because that's where he's from, his family are from. He wanted to finish there. Now, my brother is doing the walk in aid of the Falklands 40 Challenge. The Falklands 40 Challenge, I've put a link in the description. I've also put a link to his donation page. Now, it says the challenge is to cover 40 miles during the month of May in support of Falklands War veterans. Now, this statistic horrified me, but I suppose when you think about it, it was 1982, the Falklands War, and yeah, it's scary how time passes. It says, as we mark 40 years since the end of the Falklands War, our veterans who were there are still in need of our support. In the years since the war ended, many Falklands veterans have returned to civilian life, some with physical wounds from battle, and many in need of help to live fulfilled, independent lives. If you want to challenge yourself, why not aim to raise £1 for each life lost? During the Falklands War, Falklands campaign, depends on how you refer to it, some people refer to it as a campaign and not a war. I think it was 255 British forces were lost during the Falklands War. So the challenge is to do 40 miles in May. anywhere, anytime during May, do 40 miles. So my brother signed up to do the Falklands 40. So what I'm asking is if anyone's got anything spare, if you can give, if you want to give. I'm not saying you have to. This is not about war. This is not about supporting war. This is about supporting the guys that fought. This is about supporting veterans. It's very important. More and more veterans are becoming homeless in the UK because they struggle to, especially when they've served in conflict, to kind of fit back into civilian life again. It becomes very difficult. So they're doing that. So my brother's got a page. I think I might have also linked it on my Facebook, but there is a link in the description. If you want to, that would be absolutely fantastic. I've also put a link to the Falklands 40. This is run by the British Legion, so my brother's doing it to raise money for the British Legion, who are supporting the Falklands veterans. So yeah, that being said, so he's not doing the Falklands 40, he's doing the Falklands 4x40. Because the coast to coast is 180 miles, so he's doing the Falklands 40 and some, which is amazing. I mean, just honestly, I don't know how, or he's a beast, my brother. Now, this is something we talked about a long time ago about us doing together, and I'll be honest, I'm not fit enough. I at one point I was, and we talked about it, and it's something I would love to do, but I'm just not there. I'm not at a place where I can do that. But he is doing it. He's setting off today. He's doing it the other way round. He's starting in Robin Hood Bay. So he's getting the train up, starting in Robin Hood Bay, and then he's going to be going from there. Actually, I might leave the manure pile. We'll leave those because I think we can access... Oh, no, that means we have to buy it. Oh, I'm going to have to get rid of that, aren't I? Did it leave the manure behind? It did. That's good. Yeah, so he's going Robin Hood Bay out to some bees. So hopefully, he's hoping it's going to take about 10 days. In about 10 days' time, he'll be hitting the beach as some bees and completing. Now, the Coast to Coast Challenge, you're supposed to dip your toes in the water one side and dip your toes in the water the other side. So all I can say to my brother is all the very best. Bon voyage. I hope it all goes well. I know he won't be watching this, but he may do at some point. I'm incredibly proud of him. It's an amazing thing. So, yeah. If you can spare something, if you can support him, support the challenge, support what he's doing, that would be absolutely amazing. I think he's going to be posting pictures. He has his channel, Graham Makes Stuff. He doesn't post very regularly, but he does post. So, yeah. Just thought I'd talk about that while I was doing this. And it looks like we are cleared. And actually, you know what? That nugget has kind of covered my deficit. So yeah, we're 10,000 up, which is okay. But we've cleared the abandoned farm has been cleared, and it's ready for new occupants. Whatever may come next, that's really exciting. I don't know now what to do. So let's. I mean, I do. I've got an idea. The problem is, like I said, I still own placeable objects. Do I? Do we still own? Oh no, don't do this to me, because if I can't sell that, then we're in trouble. Yeah, I got kind of overexcited and that kind of... Oh, I did the house, didn't I? I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And it's that kind of, oh, do this next, do this, And the problem is, I don't want to do it all in an episode, It needs to be kind of spread out. We're doing a whole load of stuff over a period of time. What is still here? That's not a placeable. Unless that's registering as being... Oh no, I might have just left myself seriously in the hole here. There's nothing here. The other side cleared, no problem at all. I'm not missing a building or something, am I? Not that I can tell, unless it's this. Don't think I have to sell that, can I? Okay. Should we try again? Whew, okay. Right. So actually, we didn't end up really. 3 grand, I think, was what we had. So that whole you keep all the money. 3 grand we made out of that. So we cleared that out of the kindness of our hearts. So I'm thinking now, do I buy a plot of land now? We've done that. We've cleared it. Do I buy a plot of land and plough it? Do I buy a plot of land and mow it? I reckon mow it first, although I've got nothing to collect it with, which means I might need to do a bit more logging. The whole time I'm driving along here, and I'm stunned by what my brother's doing. Honestly, on his own, he's solo, not with a group of people, on his own, 180 miles. He's going to be wild camping. He's got all of his gear packed. He did a post on Facebook today to say he was setting off, and it's quite an incredible thing when you think about it. I think the solitude would drive me mad. I think every now and again he did say every pub he comes to is going to stop for a pint, because after all it's a beer challenge as well, because he did Man Cave beer reviews with his original channel. So I'm just thinking, all this ahead of here is grass. Yeah, there are some bushes and stuff, but if I cut the grass that's there, take it to the biogas plant, I mean, after all, doing all the work I've been doing is for a reason. Plus, if I buy the land opposite, I can put a bridge in. You know what? Let's do it. Let's buy some land. I mean, this is the point, isn't it? We came here with a chainsaw. We found a pickup. We already had a plot of land. We're now proper landowners, and again, the money's gone right down. So, I think what I need to do now is a bit more logging, because I'm going to need to get a tractor or something that I can mow with. Oh, I suppose I could. I'm just thinking out loud here. It would be kind of amusing. What if we got that? How wide is it? 2 meters. It would be quite amusing, but it would be cheap as well. I mean, it's cheaper than buying a tractor, but then I would need something to collect it all with, which means I am going to need a tractor. So what I need to get is an inexpensive tractor that I can run a mower on. I can, like say that, you know, what I can do then, once I've cut all the grass, I could then plough it. But all the time I'm doing that, for each new piece of equipment I need to buy, I'm going to need to do some logging to pay for it. While we're doing that, planks are being produced. So as we sell our planks, I think the next thing I want to do is a bridge, definitely. Then we're going to keep going to there. We can go straight across from our camp area. Oh, cabin as well. We were going to do a cabin. And also, I need to clear stumps. Oh man, I've got so much to do, haven't I? Just realised. Right, you know what? Let's stop there. Let's get that. I need to clear some stumps. I think what I'll do is turn the lights on, because I find often the lights shine on the stumps a little better. It's easier to do when you've got your drone footage. When you're being followed by a drone, you can see a lot easier. Yeah, clear the stumps. Then we've got a bit of ground here as well. I can decide, I think this is where we're going to, you know what, this is where we first started camping. This is where our farmstead's going to be. That middle section, like I said, moving forward is going to be, that's going to be our central hub of industry or whatever we're going to do. Hopefully we might get some little townships built up from here. Yeah. I did a little bit yesterday. How much I did out here, I can't. Actually, I do need that open, so I need to see where my boundary is. So I can't remember how many trees I cut. No, this is all grass. Like, so you can see there where you've got the sort of forest ground covering. So any stumps should be within that, as you can see there. Some of them are darker, depends on how they were cut. What we'll do is we'll just get on with it. This is going to take me some time. Actually, I'm kind of curious. How many trees are we up to now? What's the weather doing as well? Ooh, okay. 68. So yeah, not as many as, you think it's going to be loads, because it's taken a while and you think, oh yeah, I must be up to, at least 100. Oh, you've got a bit of a tree there. How did I miss that? Left that on the floor. Just for speed and ease of use, yes, I wouldn't leave the blade running like that through the ground in reality, of course I wouldn't. But to avoid having to keep raising it and lowering it and raising it and lowering it, I really do need to work out what is wrong. We need a stump map. Yeah, so I'll do this, I'll do a little bit more logging. And then we'll bridge first, then something to mow. If all I do by the end of this episode, I'm just thinking, if we go back to our map, if that's all grass that we're going to mow, that's a lot of grass. It's going to take a while, but doesn't matter. Then if I get enough money to a bit more logging and then get a windrower, we'll windrow it, and then we'll get something to pick it up with. There is, oh yeah, that's a point. Oh yeah, I've just thought of something. It's going to depend what horsepower it requires, but again, I'm jumping way ahead of myself here. We need to do this in steps, but we are making progress forward. And then with the grass situation, we'll either go out to the biogas plant, and if it will let me, we'll put it in and we'll ferment it into silage that we can then sell. Or if it just let me dump the grass, maybe we'll just dump the grass. I don't know. I mean, silage would be a better idea. So if it'll let me use the silage at the biogas plant, my other option would be, rather than earn the money necessarily straight away from it, would be to buy the biogas plant. Because I'm pretty sure the biogas plant's only 25 grand. So if we bought the biogas plant, then we're going to be producing methane and stuff as well. So that would be the next step after that. You know what? That's what we'll do. On this plot here, if I use that plot out there, we're going to put a cabin on here, and I also said about doing greenhouses. That I'm definitely doing, because they're not too expensive. Again, it'll be a little bit of lumber, then we'll put a greenhouse in. Hopefully we'll be able to get manure. Water shouldn't be a problem. It just depends. I can't remember whether they need fertiliser and stuff as well. But again, we'll cross those bridges when we come to them. Literally and figuratively. It's now 10:15, nearly 10:15. I've got another completely full load of my land train, And I've got a huge pile over here. This pile over here I'm going to use the travel sawmill, and that's going to be for bridge parts and cabin. And now this is the other thing I was going to talk about. Tiago, who is my wood futures expert, messaged me to say about the sale information, and I haven't really been paying attention to it because the lumber I'm selling anyway. It didn't matter to me really what the price was and what the fluctuations were, because I'm cutting it and selling it. I'm not cutting it, storing it, and waiting for a good price. I'm just selling it. That being said, if I go on to our sell points here, now on the previous versions, FS19, we could see wood chip prices, but not wood prices. If you look up here, now the train yard still isn't showing on the map. Now in the update maybe it will be. And you saw me earlier sell a load at the train yard. The price at the train yard is almost, well, not quite double, but it's up there. So I thought, rather than chuck all the stuff I'm doing at the moment through the mobile travel sawmill, let's take it to the train yard. We should get a bit more money. I've been giving some serious thought while I've been cutting all these trees down to about getting the push mower. Much as I want to, much as I think not necessarily it'll be hilarious, but I just think it would be something different and amusing, and it would take me a long time. I do need a tractor, so I'm thinking of getting a tractor, and I've found one fairly cheap as well. It's only about 105 horsepower, and then a rear mower. And I think the rear mower, I'm trying to think what it was now, 80 horsepower requirement. And it's only about 18 grand, but it's 4.4 meters, so I think that might be my best option. And then I'll have to look at windrowers, then we'll look at what devices, but that'll be the next episode. But what I want to do is sell this, see what we end up with. Have I got enough to buy the tractor and mow? If I have, we'll go and get that. Next episode will be cabin build, bridge build. So this is the other sell point. Like if you look bottom left, it's not showing as a sell point. I hope it takes all of these in. Do that. I do that every single time. Press the wrong button, that one, and then that one. We're all jostling about a little bit. Come to the door there. Fingers crossed. Okay, that's not as much as I thought it was going to be, considering what the price is saying. But it's down to literage now, isn't it? It was always, you know, this particular tree you would get X amount. This particular size tree you would get X amount. I know it's always been about the literage of the tree, or however you want to refer to it, but I don't think that's going to be enough. It might be. It's going to leave us pretty tight. If it's enough, I'm going to see you up at the store in a minute, and we're going to have a tractor, and we're going to have a rear mower. We'll whiz down to the field, and I'm going to start mowing our newly acquired plot. Again, at least that's the plan. Until it comes into contact with. Look how much we've cleared, look! And we have hit the boundary about here, heading off in that direction. I cut one tree and this one over. This one here was just too far over, but the line runs pretty much that way. So everything that side, I mean, it's a big old area, and when you think, yes, I've cut a load of trees down, but compared to the size of the plot, I mean, let's go up and have a look at the map. I'll show you what I mean. We're on plot 32. I think I've cut kind of across here, and there's all of that left. I mean, I've barely scratched the surface. You know, yes, it looks horrendous, and it's like horrendous deforestation, that kind of thing, but on the scale of how much there is here to cut down, it's not. Oh yeah, that's a point. We'll run this all through the sawmill. Again, not as much as I thought it was going to be, but not bad. Okay. Did I turn the engine off? I did. Engine on. Close the boot. Tail. Gate. Lift. And let's go to the store. I should go in the pickup really, but then that means leaving the pickup up there. Do I wait to see if I need a bridge? Keep getting wet legs. So here we have it. We got a John Deere 6405, 105 horsepower. I went for the open cab without glass because it kept the price down. I mean, the weather should be alright. If it rains, we just wear waterproofs, it'll be cheaper. I went for front weights because I went for the rear mower. That came in at about 19,400 for 105 horsepower. More than happy with that. And then the rear mower is a 4.4 metre. That was 18 grand. So not a bad package. We've still got 13 grand left in the bank. We have managed to procure, well, we've managed to clear the abandoned farm. I've done a ton of logging. We've managed to buy a new plot of land, do a load more logging. We've now owned a tractor and a mower. That'll be better once it's on the ground. And we're expanding. We're expanding our fleet. We're into our second month. So what I'm going to do is get down to the plot. I don't know, I mean, obviously we're not going to get the best amount of grass. So I'm thinking potentially what we could do is once we've mown it all, collected it all and taken it wherever we're going to take it with, whatever we're going to take it with, I think what we'll end up doing is, like I said, ploughing it and reseeding it with grass. And when I say I might do part grass, part crop, I haven't quite decided what we're going to do crop-wise yet, but having a small tractor is going to make life a little bit easier. This has the ability, I think, if we take it back to the workshop, I think we can have a front loader to it, which again will make life a little bit easier. Losing track of where we are. I'm just looking down to my bottom left to see on the map. It's not the fastest of tractors, but it doesn't have to be, does it? It does also go to show, starting from scratch. I mean, yes, you have to have a plot of land. I mean, if you're doing a map with contracts, you can start with nothing, including no land, if there are contracts available, because you can just pick up contracts, and you can do contract work until you've got enough money to buy land. And if there are no contracts available, you need a plot of land because you need something to be able to do. In this case, it was logging, and now we're at a point where we've got land that we can mow, but within, I say, a fairly short. I mean, I've put a few hours in, to be fair. Hang on. Why are they not in blue? Why are they not showing that I own them? I do own them, but normally the numbers turn blue. That's what I was looking for on the map. Bottom left, I'm looking for the number, and I'm thinking that hasn't changed. Right, we're going to go, well, probably top corner of 22 then, because this is our field. And I'll start mowing. And like I say, next episode, cabin, bridge, whatever we're going to need to do with regard to collecting the grass and where we're taking it, how we're taking it. Let's unfold that. Let's back up. We are right on the line, so I'm not sure whether it's going to give me the whole... Oi, scumbag, you don't own this. What are you playing at? Now we do. I'll try and keep this in a straight line if I can. Again, I'm just looking bottom left. If I get to a point where it's not mine, it will soon tell us. And then what I can do, once I've kind of gone around the outside, I can sort of chance my arm a little bit. We're getting grass. At the end of the day, yes, it's not grown grass. If we do a field and we plough it and we fertilise it, and with fertilising states on it, you can get much better yield. Yes, we'll get way more grass, but for the time being, with what I've got, we will get grass. How much? Again, it doesn't really matter how much we get. It will be something. Oh yeah, we bought the sawmill as well, so we'll have pallets on the go as well of planks. We're not supposed to run the mower that direction. But we will until it says, "Oi, you don't own this land. Get off my land." That'd be good. Actually, you know what? This is a much bigger plot than I thought. I mean, I can see on the map the size of the plot, but as far as grass goes, we are going to have a load. And as far as ploughing goes, because we own this, we can probably get a few fields into this, can't we? There we go. That's our access denied. Now we'll run up this side. So as you can imagine, I've got a bit of mowing to do. I will see you on the next episode when we'll have this mown and all the things I've just talked about. We'll do. We have got a tree in the middle. I suppose I have to come and get rid of that, won't we? Which we can do. We've got the gear to do it. All the gear and no idea. Not strictly true, but sometimes not far off. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope you're still enjoying the Let's Play. I'm loving it. If you are, if you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.